So this week, super excited. This has become one of my wife and I's absolute best friends in the company. Somebody I not only have very much respect for, have looked up to over the years. This gentleman is the #1 income earner in all of New York City. So I live in Minneapolis. We call that Minnesota nice. The concrete jungle, a little more fast paced, a little more straight to the point. Absolutely love that because I think a lot of the skill set that people on the East Coast have applies very well to our business, especially right now in this day and age. This gentleman literally usually speaks in stadiums. Like the first ever big international event we did in South America, he was the keynote speaker in Brazil. Or he normally speaks in like literally where stadiums fill up, like where people normally, NBA teams, play their basketball games and everything else. And we have him on our call right now. We have 575 people and growing as we speak, all around the world listening in. Normally, like I said, you got to fly somewhere and come into a stadium to get to hear from this gentleman. He is an international marketing director, $1 million earner, one of the most hardworking, genuine people you ever are going to get to meet. And we got him right here, right now to spit some vision and some truth on exactly what to do to continue advancing your momentum through the rest of 2020. The one and only Mr. Jay Payso. Jay, did you make the call, bro?
I'm here. Do you hear me?
Loud and clear, bro. Take it away, man. Appreciate you jumping on.
What's going on? What's going on, David? So first and foremost, man, thank you for having me on this call. I remember, getting in the company. I know a lot of people probably know this already, but when I got in the company, you were one of the first people that inspired me to take this business to that next level. Hearing your speech in 2012 when you hit director, it fired me up. And I remember running up to you, was like, hey, man, what's going on, man? Where you from? Can I get a video? And, now we're here, both IMDs. And it's incredible, man. Congratulations again to you and your girl, man. And, it's ready. I'm ready for that next level, and I'm ready to teach, I'm ready to teach everybody how to get to that next level. So I know we spoke a few minutes before this, about how we were going to do this. I don't know if it was, you want me to start with my story or, anything like that. So just let me know.
Yeah, Jay, for those that don't know Jay, his story is one of the best in the whole company. Maybe give a little bit of your background, kind of, what's happened from start to finish.
Go from there. All right, cool. So what up, everybody? Good morning. Well, it's afternoon now, but good morning. Good morning if wherever you I know in Minnesota, it's about 11 in the morning right now, right?
Yes, sir.
Guys, I've been involved in this concept 8.5 years. When I first seen it, I was in a very confused place in my life. 25 years old. I was working at FedEx. I didn't want to work at FedEx. I've always been a person that just wanted more out of life, and I was ready for that next level. I didn't know how I was going to get to that level at that time. My only way out was through boxing. I ended up meeting this guy named Julio Acosta. Today's a double IMD, 7-figure earner with the concept. And, I ended up meeting up with him through social media, met him on social media. I asked him a question. And we met up. He shows me the concept. He shows me World Ventures. And I remember thinking like, oh, okay, cool. This is like Avon, but for travel. And my mom did Avon when I was a kid. So that was the only thing I could refer to. And I was like, all right, it's similar. It's just like, you're selling products here, you're selling membership here. And I seen the end already. I seen that, there's a saying, there's a quote, begin with the end in mind. And as he sat there and broke the presentation down, I literally see my life change as he spoke. And, I said, man, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I've never done anything like this before, but, I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to do something different, to get something different. I was willing to be coachable and just take a shot at it. And again, it was like, I was too broke to be skeptical at the time. It was like, I didn't know if I didn't know if it was real, but I was too broke to even, to think like that. And I said, what's the worst thing that could happen? I grew up in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. He told me, listen, let's meet up and, I'm going to teach you the way. You don't need to know how to really do anything. All I need you to do is get good at inviting to come see the information. And I was like, what do you mean? I don't have to speak. I don't have to, I don't need I don't need to know how to present or anything like that. He said, nope, just need you to invite your people and I'll present. And that's what I did. Well, the first 48 hours, I messed it all up. I called about 40 to 50 people and, I verbally vomited on everybody. And, I told them, we're about to get rich. I found a deal where we could travel and we got something called cycle bonuses and residual income. Most of my friends didn't even know what residual income was. We called it royalty checks. I mean, we knew what it was, but we called it something else. You know, we called it royalty checks because of music and stuff. And, they all seemed excited on the phone, but after that phone call, they stopped picking up my phone. You know, they stopped picking up that phone call. Some of these guys I still haven't spoken to today. You know, these guys some people just got weird on me and disappeared. And I remember, telling June, man, I can't get anybody out. And he was like, "What'd you do?" And I said, "Man, nothing. I messed. Obviously, I messed everything up. I on that call, I said everything that you're not supposed to say when you invite someone, and thinking because." I thought, if I'm pretty sure that if somebody told me it's about travel, it's about this, it's about that, I'll literally say, okay, cool, let's meet up. Just, tell me more. But most people don't move like that. Most people are not like that. And, that's what I did. I thought, I did what I thought I'd respond to. And, I told June that, nothing is working. I can't get anybody out. And then he was like, all right, cool. Let's try this way and that way. So, make long story short, I ended up just saying, all right, let me listen to this man. He obviously knows how to waive his fees because that's what he was at the time. He was a qualified rep. He just had, he had a few people on his team. He had get for pay no more. And within 4 weeks, I made $3,000. I didn't even know how. I was messing up the name of the company at the time. And, I was just excited. I was fired up. I was excited. Like I said, I saw the end already. I saw my life transforming, and I just was very consistent, very passionate, just fired up, and just within 4 weeks made $3,000. 6 months in, that's when I went to my first national. Ended up meeting you, and I seen a bigger picture of where the company was going. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen, it was like a new world for me. And I remember coming back home, just going crazy, going bonkers out here in New York. I wasn't going to sleep till like 3 in the morning. I still had a job, I wasn't going to sleep till like 3 in the morning because I was making so many calls. I was meeting up with so many people. New York is the city that never sleeps. So I took advantage of that. I'm doing presentations at 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning sometimes, and that's just what it was. It was constant work. It was fun. It wasn't like something that I was straining to do or anything like that. I was just having a lot of fun doing it, meeting up with people, seeing people's reactions, going through the rejections. And, every 90 days from hitting senior rep, when I got back from that national, I ended up hitting senior rep that month, plus the car bonus. Remember the silver bullet promotion. Then 90 days after that, director, 90 days after that, marketing director, 90 days after that, regional marketing director. My life flipped. See, it was one thing that I understood is that, once you got momentum, you don't let it go. You keep your foot on the gas. You do not know when that fire is going to burn out. So you just want to keep running it down. Because if you take your foot off the gas, it will burn out. And it's much harder to get that fire going again. And I just kept going. And then at RMD, my life flipped here. My life pretty much flipped around marketing director. I was making way more money than what I was at that rank when my job was pulling in. I was doing like $8,000 a month at marketing director, but I was only there for like 90 days or so, right? And RMD, I'm starting, my cycles are going up, my residual is jumping, I'm like, man, this is it, it's like, oh, let's go, and I get stuck at RMD, and I'm faced with my first biggest obstacle, and I learned what I needed to learn that year. For like 12 months, I ended up getting stuck at this rank, and but I was pulling in like $17,000 a month, $17,000 a month at this time. But I just wanted to finish. It wasn't even about the money at the time, because around that time, I ended up, making this, I did this talk called, Don't Chase the Money. It wasn't the money that, because most people make less than that and get comfortable, and I was just like, I need to finish. I got to finish. It was just like the end was in mind so much. It was driving me crazy. and I went through a lot that year. And then I just realized, you know, I ended up with working on yourself, with the personal development, and being, you know, being active with the business. All the pieces in my head, all the pieces were starting to come together. And you know, on the business tip, everything was just starting to everything was just starting to come together, man. I believe that. I believe when you're working on yourself, when you're reading, when you're doing the personal development with the audios every single day, and you're out there actually, you know, applying what you're learning, it will come together. It will just start the magic. It will feel like it's magic, you know, happening around you. And that's exactly what happened to me. Within 12 months, ended up getting out of that, you know, getting over that wall, hit NMD, then IMD, and I hit IMD in Greece. By myself. I was out there by myself. Went to go do a training for these guys in Greece, for the leaders out in Greece. And man, it's been amazing since. You know, now I'm on my way to double IMD, and you know, I've been involved with the company about 8.5, 9 years now. And I'm mad that when I hit IMD, I took my foot off the gas, because I would have been a double IMD a long time ago. You know, and because I took my foot off the gas and started to relax a little bit. You know, I thought I had leaders at the time, you know, that I was like, okay, good, cool. These guys are, you know, get the IMD, blah, 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 this, that, so and so. But you know how this game goes. You know how everything goes. You know, everybody say they're going to do something and never do nothing. And so I got back in the field and started to, you know, look for some more leaders, look for, you know, help those new leaders rise. And just understand that I'm still early in the game. You know, I consider myself a rookie. You know, I've only been in, you know, 8 years, 9 years. I'm still learning a lot. You know, I'm still learning a lot. I'm still excited. I still, you know, I take it as it comes. And, you know, and I compare myself to people that's been in the game for 30 years, 40 years, you know, our mentors like, you know, Wayne Nugent and stuff like that. These guys are, you know, they know how this game goes. And I'm pretty sure they felt what we felt, you know, over and over and over again, until they got this thing really cranking and got over, you know, thousands of, you know, top earners on their team and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's my story. If you want to, like, again, ask any questions, we can go from there.
Jay, I like re-listening to you because I forget some of these things and how I feel like that's great. I remember like it's yesterday. So Jay and I are coming. That might have been that was Momentum. I think that was my second ever national event I ever went to. I think that must have been your first. And yeah, because we joined, you know, like within 100 days or less of each other. And so yeah, you were like right at senior rep. I had just hit director. It's crazy. And now you look how many people hit senior rep or hit director, and that's all that ever happens. And, you know, I mean, again, it took us a lot longer to get IMD than I ever wanted to. And, you know, you got good weeks, you got bad weeks, good months, got bad months, good years, you got bad years. But it is just kind of funny looking back now, because here's what I thought of it. You were talking about some of the very first people you reach out to. I think everybody on this call can relate to that. Like, you got people that give you a hard no, or like, you know, they go into witness protection and you can't even get back a hold of them or anything. Here's what I want you to remember about those people. Their life there's a very, very, very tiny chance their life is going to get dramatically better 5 years from now, 8 years from now. Like, you know, not to de-edify one of these guys. That same event, I had 3 people hit the car, that BMW bonus with me, Jay. And you know, neither of them are here anymore. By the way, the people that I hit director with, I don't think there's more than 2 active people out of all those people. So for those of you at director or trying to get to director, the people that got you to senior rep aren't going to get you to director. And then even after they get you to director, those people, 3/4 of them, you're not even going to need anymore 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now. You're always growing. You're always building new teams. You're always, you know, getting better tiers of leaders. Like, I looked at one of those guys. He was my very first guy. At the time, he set the record hitting the BMW bonus. It was his birthday. It came up on Facebook yesterday. Like, I wouldn't trade lives with him. I'll just put it to you that way. You know, he fizzled out a couple weeks after we got back. So it's like, my point is, anybody can have a good week. Anybody can have a good month. The real champions, they know how to stick in it. And what I think of with you and all that, Jay, it's hard work, but it's also heart. Like if you think back in like every time I watch, you know, a boxing or a UFC kind of fight, like, I have so much respect for those sports, because the heart, it's so mental, staying tough on top of obviously all the physical things that go with it. I've heard you talk about it too. Boxing's way more mental than it is physical. This business is the same way too. Like, there's a lot of athletes listening on here right now. That's great. A lot of you guys got a lot of freak, you know, physical talent. And, you know, a lot of you guys are, you know, playing at D1 schools or playing professionally in your different sports. Awesome. This business you have to be mentally tough with it. And you have to be able to see that long term. I mean, everybody's going to have those ups and downs, but like, you know, I just think of, especially in boxing, like what makes it to those championship rounds? It's heart. It's, you know, it's having a desire to finish. And, you know, when I hear that, like, I mean, that's all I was thinking through this whole quarantine, as we finally did finish the IMD and now can lift that lid off, not only for our team, but lift that lid off, you know, for our own goals as we now move forward as well. Same way you're already talking that you've been doing. And, but you just have, you have to start, or you have to finish what you start. And so many people, you know, they stay average their entire life because they never finish what they start. Because when you start something in the beginning, you're going to suck at it. You're going to be average at best. And, you know, what do most average people do? They quit everything they start. You know, it's the most noble thing for them to do, but that's why they stay average their entire life. You know, quarantine hits and, you know, it all of a sudden it's a little bit hard. So people just go, hey, I'll just watch Netflix all day long. I'll just scroll through TikTok videos. I'll just, you know, play 2K all day long. It's like, they just filled it with, it's easier to go do that than it was to stay strong doing something. And again, it's all about heart and it's all about finishing. And that's two things you have really good going.
I mean, again, it's heart, you know, desire and hunger. You know, how hungry are you? Most people say they want, you know, they want a certain lifestyle. They want certain things out of life, but, you know, they actions speak otherwise. You know, it's just like, you know, at the end of the day, no matter what you want in life, it's going to take some grit. It's going to take some hard work. It's going to take some consistency. I think a lot of the times, you know, coming up, you know, building this business, I've seen people get comfortable so fast, and it may not have been because of the money. It probably because they got comfortable because of the edification, because of because they think they really done. It's like a trick that the mind plays. It's like, you know, when people start to speak about you a lot, you start to believe your own hype. You know, I've seen that happen so many times, and that's what kills so many people. And it's like a yin and a yang. You need that. You need the edification, right? You need to edify people. You need this, you need that. But sometimes it's like, man, should I edify as like, you know, the way I want to, but because I don't want him to start to feel like he did something and just stop. You know what I mean? So a lot of the times that I think that hurts, you know, that hurts a lot of, you know, leaders coming up. You know, I've seen it in the team, outside the team. I mean, I just see so many people just park up, you know, and just say, I'm good right here. They ended up getting satisfied, and being satisfied is probably one of the worst things you can do, because if you're not growing, you're dying, right? And this game is about growing. You know, this game is not only growing financially, but mentally, because the mental part is what fills up your pockets, you know? And that's the biggest thing, not to believe your own hype. You know, I think that's the worst thing to come across. I mean, me coming up, I've never sat there. I didn't have time to sit back. Me and June had to talk about this the other day, like sitting back and just thinking about what you did in the past. I heard, you know, a couple minutes ago, you said that you and Crystal put in about seven personals in the last 2-3 days, right? That's not like you guys are keep moving forward. Yeah, you hit IMD, woohoo, let's go, let's get it. But now you like, all right, let's get the double, right? Let's get the double. Now you got this momentum. See, the worst thing you could do is what I did when I hit IMD. I don't know where you come from. I don't know where you come from, your background. I mean, I know you're a doctor and all that kind of stuff, but you know, I came out of so much, excuse my language, I came out of so much shit, you know, Helgeson, that when I got the IMD, I literally, like, I remember when I hit IMD, I like tears came down my face, and you know, I you know, it's like the greatest feeling to finish. But I started to think about my life so much, and I was like, wow, I can't believe how much my life has changed. And I think that was the worst thing to do, was to think about, you know, my past and think about everything that I've done to this point, thinking that I did something. You know, thinking that, like, there's another level. Like, no matter, even at IMD, there's another level. At double IMD, there's another level. I'm young. I'm 34 years old. I got a lot of energy in me. Why the hell am I worrying about what I just did? If I got this far, how far can I go? You understand? It's like, how far can I go? Yeah, I got the IMD. Boo, woohoo, this, that. But you're all right. People know you, but they know you in this world. They don't know you worldwide yet in this world, in network marketing. And like, we haven't done anything. That's the mentality that we need. We need to all understand that we continue to grow in every way, shape, or form. We continue to move forward, because life doesn't stop when you hit to a certain rank. You know, if you got here, all right, if I got here, I got the IMD. Wow, I can't believe that. I got to marketing director. Wow, I can't believe that. You know, I got the R. I can't believe that. How far can I go? How far can I go? And it's like, who are you communicating with all the time? You know, that's another thing. It's like, who are you communicating with? Right? You live and you are the 5 people that you communicate with all the time, right? So that's another thing that, like, you know, if you're climbing these ranks, if you're working the business, and if you guys are new if you guys are new in the company, maybe you're about a month in, or, you know, about a couple weeks in, this is all leadership talk, right? So just don't get, you know, don't get scared or anything like that. But this is what you need in life, right? You got to understand, you are who you keep yourself around. So I made sure that I always spoke to my upline. I made sure that I was always, you know, digging into the books and into the audios. I couldn't be around, you know, the people that was at the same level as me all the time, because who is helping who at this point, right? Like if I'm talking, if you're a director and I'm a director, like what do we got to, what are we learning off of each other? You know what I mean? It's like, it's nothing for me to learn. That's how I've always looked at the business. That's how I always looked at life. Like, if we're on the same level, you can't teach me nothing. I'm looking at you like we playing basketball on the court and I'm coming at your neck, right? I mean, this is competition, right? Competition in my mind, because this is what keeps me going. This is what keeps me, you know, fired up. When I met you, David, you was a director. And I was excited to meet you. I was, you know, you had a story that I don't know, inspired me. And I'm like, yo, he's from South Dakota, North Dakota or South Dakota, right? All right. So you know, you're out there and I'm like, what the hell? How's he go get the, like, it was so far-fetched for me, like, director. I'm like, how did he get the director? If he got there, I know I can. And when I met you, I'm like, oh yeah, this is cool. We did the video, but internally, truthfully, I was like, I'm going to pass him. I have to pass him. I put you as like a goal. I had you as a goal and a target. I'm like, I need to pass him. And that's what I've always done. I don't, like, this is my life. This is not just a business. This is my life. And I needed certain things to inspire me, to motivate me, to move forward, to go harder. And looking at people saying, if he can, I can. If she can, I can. You know, so you got to be very mindful of who you're around all the time. Right? You got to be very mindful who you speak to all the time. And if you are around your teammates all the time, are you a visionary? Are you that person that's always speaking forward? Are you speaking into the future? Do you see things happening, right? Do you see things happening for them, for you, right? Because you need to dream big enough. You need to dream big enough so your team could fit in, right? But in most cases, people end up hanging out with people that they're comfortable hanging out with. Right? Not to stretch or anything like that, but to just hang out and say, hey, this is what we do. This is where we're having fun. We're cool. This is not how you change your life, though.
There is an hour of fire in that. Okay, hold on. I got to go through a couple of those because seriously, absolute pure gold through all of that. Okay, first of all, 100%. This is how people are while they build, and then this is how they are where they get stuck. We stay where we're comfortable. Like, we talk about this all the time. The amateur works with his best friend when they get started. The professional works with the friends, cousins, dog walkers, neighbor, when that person's actually the one that had, you know, way more work ethic, higher and credibility. But most of the amateurs never got to the dog walker neighbor because they just studied. Again, and so good, bro. Okay, I remember back to these national events. This speaks so true. Hopefully I don't step too hard on people's toes here. But have you ever noticed the builders talk with the builders? Like, the winners are sticking with the winners. The washed ups stick with the washed ups. The whiners stick with the whiners. The complainers stick with the complainers. The go-getters stick with the go-getters. It's almost like World Lunch is almost like a high school. Like, it breaks into a bunch of little cliques, and you know, the jocks are hanging out with each other, and the nerds are hanging out with each other, and the, you know, art people hanging out with each other, and like that's just kind of what it turns into. And you can consciously decide, who am I going to continue surrounding with? I'm not saying that hopefully everyone got that. Like, Jay's not saying, like, if you're a director, you don't hang out with any other directors. But if you're a director wanting to be a marketing director and you're hanging out with everyone else who's been directors, you know, and they have nothing new going on, or they're not even talking about anything new, or they're like, when you get around them, they're talking about the past or complaining versus the future and positive moving forward, you might want to switch that up. Like, I can appreciate that authenticity you were saying, how you looked at me as a target to pass. I was just talking to Crystal about this morning, is so you went, okay, cool. So let's say I was director, you were just about a senior rep. You hit I&D while we were still R&Ds. I remember having those conversations. Right. Going, I want people like Jay Payso being my equal. I don't want them being, oh my gosh, I'm looking up like this. Like, there's people in the company, you guys got to believe more in yourself too, because I promise you there's people in this company that believe in you too. Whoever you're looking up to, understand you can get to that level, but you have to believe it yourself and then work towards it. Don't just, like you said, get comfortable and settle. Like, I mean, the worst, you're so right with recognition too, Jay. I got to touch on that. Like, it's a yin and a yang, exactly like you said. You need recognition because most people spend their entire life, you know, just willing to die for that recognition. They go work hard at their job and they never get appreciated. They just, you know, constantly get, you know, micromanaged and talked down to and everything. So then you come here and you get this puff of recognition. You know, it's for like you single guys. You go out to the bar and all of a sudden you got a girl that you think is cute. And it's like you got 3 wingmen up there just building you up. And all of a sudden you thinking you bigger and badder than maybe what you are. That happens to all of us. So yes, it's important. We build people up. But yeah, not believing your own press clippings, that's so important. We all fall into the trap. I've fallen into that trap. You've fallen into it. Everybody falls into it. The key is to snap out of it. Like, you know, because, and then the other thing is, as people start to have a little success, Jay, they start thinking they need to change. I watch this happen all the time. They think they need to change something. Like, they forget what got them there is what's going to continue get them going. Like, all of a sudden they want to be philosophical changing what they're doing, or like, now there's a secret sauce I need to do. It's like, no. That's the worst thing. The worst thing to do. I don't mean to cut you off, but man, that is so true. You know, I fell into that, you know, I got, you know, that was one of the reasons why I got stuck for a little while, at IMD, you know, like trying to do things another leader's way. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm trying to sit here and trying to like, okay, I'm going to go double IMD. I'm going to go double IMD. I'm going to go double IMD. And then I realized 2 years later, like, yo, I'm not double IMD yet. You know, it's like, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. You got to go back into the field. No matter who you are, you got to go back to the field. I mean, look at Matt Morris and these guys, right? Matt, you know, Matt is always in the field. He's always doing them 90-day hard blitz. Yeah, he's the #1 money incomer. He's doing the damn thing. He's one of the top networkers in network marketing. But he's grown big teams, so he don't have to go as hard as he did when he first got started. But he does understand he has to do those 90-day. I'm talking about 90-day blitz, them real hard 90-day blitz, because I read somewhere, I heard, I'm not too sure. It's like, but those 90-day blitz can set you up for the rest of the year if you do it right. It can set like 90-day, not a 90-day blitz to a day. You know, not a 90-day blitz, you know, one call a day. A 90-day blitz where every single night you're tired, your throat hurts, you know what I mean? You're like dried out, you're really working the business as if you're an athlete. You know, that's a 90-day blitz. Those kind of blitz can literally change your life. And this is where I got caught up at, where I hit IMD, and I took that, I said, okay, I got the IMD now. Let me be more of a professional leader, and, I'm going to do things right. And I'm going to have, personal development clubs and this and that. And, we're going to get together all the time. And no, that shit does not work. What works is activity. What works is, putting in new blood into the system. What works, new blood is the lifeline. That's all it is. Somebody's been stuck for a year. Somebody's been stuck for 6 months. Somebody's been stuck for 2 years. You know what's going to work for that person? Them going outside, them meeting somebody new, putting somebody in a system. That one person can be a rock star. And because that one person, you just put it, now it's like you're charged up overnight because of that one prospect you just put into the system that's fired up. You bound that, like you guys share. It's a transfer of energy. New blood is always going to be the lifeline. New blood is always going to wake up the teammates, right? So many people get into the point where they're trying to motivate somebody. There's no motive. I didn't get involved with this business to be a motivational speaker.
right? I'm not a motivational speaker, right? I got involved with this business to change my life, to help other people change their life, but I'm not here to motivate you. You need to motivate yourself, right? And this is what people need to understand. You need to have some type of none of us are motivational speakers. We'll tell you what we did, what we've done, and some of us got maybe the gift to, like, you know, share from the heart and give you that, but motivation don't last. Like, it's just like, all right, what do you do after this call? What do you do after a training? What do you do after a RTE or national, when you're back by yourself at home into the real world, showing it, like, what do you do? You need to find motivation within yourself, because if you can't find the motivation in yourself, you'll never get to where you want to in life, period. You got to get up in the morning. You got to lace your boots. You got to go jogging. You got to do 4 miles a day. Your coach is not in your apartment. Your coach is not in your house with you, right? Your coach is not there. You got to make the decision to get up and go jogging. You got to make the decision to go to the gym after you go jogging. You got to make the decision all on yourself. The only time you got your coach there is inside that gym. Outside the gym is what counts the most, though. It's what you're doing outside of that ring. What you're doing outside of that facility. Are you working on yourself? Are you watching boxing videos, right? In this case, World Ventures. Are you watching, personal development? Are you on YouTube? Are you filling your tank up from all the stuff that you're going through, right? Because every time you go into the field, you're getting beat down by the rejection, right? That's like sparring, because you get better. Helgeson, you know that, right? It's like we get better every time we go out to the rejection. That's where the excitement of building, that's where the fun came in for me, was getting beat down with the rejections. You know what I mean? It's like, man, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. You know what I mean? That's just what it was. So, I know it was kind of all over the place, but man, that's the motivation don't last. You need to continue to work on yourself and continue to put new blood into the system, because that's just how everything else doesn't work, man. If what got you to director, again, like you said, it's like, most people change up. So whatever got you to director, they go, man, if I got the director or let's just say marketing director, right? You get the marketing director, you change things. No, when you get the marketing director, guess what? You got to go harder, because there's a third line to get to RMD. It's not 2, it's 3. So what are we going to do? Right? It's a third line. Now, you got to go harder, because it's income requirements. You got to remember that you got involved to change your life, not for the hype. You didn't get involved to buy a pair of sneakers. You got involved to change your lifestyle. You know what I mean? You got involved to you pay vacation with all travel dollars and drinkers points. You got involved because, again, you got to level up to inspire your team. You got to level up to inspire your team. You got to level up to inspire. So what you got involved for? To get the marketing director and inspire the directors, and then nobody gets to MD, RMD, NMD, IMD because you never got there? So, yeah.
Woo! Okay. Well, and here's another thing I'm thinking as you go through all that's so good, Jay. Going back to the recognition thing. So here's what I was thinking about. I came and got to speak with some of your team a couple years ago. Crystal and I flew in. You drove us around where you grew up. And I, now have seen a tour of where you live now in that penthouse you're in, and life is different. So understand, it's okay, like going back, to celebrate where you came from to now where you're going. But at the same time, to understand, wow, like some people just need to take a step back and look and go, wow, I really have come a long way.
Right.
But to realize, wow, look how far I've come. And that's what I love about you, is you're seeing, look how much further I still can go.
Yeah, you don't want to.
If you would have told yourself day one, you'd be sitting right here, right now, though, to where you're at, from where you were when you got started, that wouldn't have even seemed real. Like, you could dream it or something. You would have like it actually was gonna go and happen. Okay, so who says that can't happen and go again? Or again, the hunger you got to find with that is, how can we go help people on our team go get that same way? So appreciate where you came from, but don't forget to dream where you still can get going as well. I think you're a great example of that, bro. And then, you were talking back on, I never caught this in your story before. You ranked up every 90 days. Yeah. Bam. bam, bam. I think you said like 4 times of hopping through. Like that's the epitome of keeping your foot on the gas.
It's hunger. I ain't get involved with this shit for hype, David. I'm sorry. I didn't. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't get involved for this no hype. Yeah, I'm like, what? I got the director. What? I got the MD. What? I had a girl on Team No Sleep. She wasn't on my team. We was like neck and neck. Like, you know what I mean? Her team and my team, like we were neck and neck, and she was a little ahead of me. I'm like, no. She had some heavy hitters on her team. I'm like, no. This is not happening. She's not gonna get to the 100K ring before me. And we were like really neck and neck. She was a director. I'm MD. I was an MD, and it was like literally it was happening at the same time because she was doing the same exact thing. Wendy, you remember Wendy, right? Yep. Boom, boom. I remember June calling me. It was like, yo, she's at 97,000, right? At 97,000. And she's about to hit it because all she needed was like a couple cycles that day or something like that. I forgot what it was. I think we were closer. We both needed. It was something like that. It was very close to $100,000, and we both needed. We both needed some change there, but about maybe $2,000 or so. But I needed to get it before her, and I was a little bit below her. I didn't wait for my team to go do something. If I would have waited for my team, I would have went backwards. You understand? I'm like, what do you mean? And this was the competition and the fire that I needed. Like, oh shit, I can't let her get there. I can't let her get it before me. So I'm running it up. Boom, I get a text from June. Like, yeah, she got the 100K ring. I'm like, no, I'm tight. 5 minutes later, I get an email. I got the 100K ring. So, the point is, she was ahead of me, but the same day, we ended up getting a $100,000 ring. We both RMDs, but I said, and I had so much drama going on this year. As soon as I hit the 100K ring, I feel like God wanted to test me. And this is when my first obstacle came, and people were dropping, and because they were, it was just a lot of things that was going on with other leaders and blah blah blah. And I'm like, man, nah, this is not happening right now, bro. I went so hard because I had her in the back of my mind. I was like, I would not let her get the NMD before I get the NMD. I would not let her, and it's just I kept that as a, I just kept that as a that motivation to that inspiration that I needed to keep going. And sure enough, she got stuck. I didn't, it's just like, I'm not going to give in. I control my life. Nobody else around me controls my life. I control this shit. I say what goes. If I want to go double IMD, I'm doing double IMD. The reason why I didn't go double IMD is because I was partying too much at IMD. You know what I mean? I was making a lot of money, and I've never seen this kind of money before. And I was just parking up, I got a nice car with some good music in it now at this time. It's like, ooh, you know what I mean? You going around New York, you flossing a little bit, Dave. But I was enjoying the lifestyle. Then at some point you got to go, okay, all right. It's time for that next level. I've been here for too long, so to this day, I look at that inspiration. I'm still, I look at, at the Sashins, like, even June. I tell June all the time, I'm coming for your ass. You know what I mean? I'm coming. And that's what keeps June fired up. You know what I mean? That, oh man, I don't want Jay to be double IMD. He doesn't say that, but I know it. That's just what it, cause that's the nature. That's the nature of a person that's, that red personality. That's that nature to go, I don't want Jay to be a double IMD while I'm a double IMD. I need to get the triple. That's that nature. And some people need that kind of motivation, So,
well, I can appreciate that authenticity of that for real, because this is how a lot of people feel. They just, a lot of times don't. The point is this, what I think you did really good with that. Like, you have to find someone. You got to compare yourself with either someone right at your neck or already above you. When you get caught up comparing yourself with, for an IMD, Okay, I got to compare myself to the top of the IMD, not or like a double IMD, not someone that hit IMD 10 years ago and that's still, or if you're a senior rep wanting to be a director, don't be competing with the guy that's already been a senior rep for 8 years and never has went to director. Compete with the guy that has been in for 3 weeks and just seen senior rep and he's cruising up to director.
Yeah, you just need to find that inspiration, man. And you good compared to who? Right? It's like, all right, you good compared to who though? That's how we gotta, that's how we gotta think. I mean, Michael Jordan on that court, everybody wanted to be the ones that wasn't scared, wanted to be like him or better than him. Kobe Bryant. Why was Kobe so great? Well, because he wanted to be better than Jordan. Not because he wanted to be like Jordan. He wanted to be better than Jordan. So he practiced, he watched everything that Jordan did and tried to go as hard as Mike. Same thing with LeBron James. He don't want to be better than Jordan or Kobe. He wants to be the best version of him. But who is ahead of Mike and Kobe? You know what I mean? So it's like you need that. You need that cat, like something to look at, right? It's like back in the day, you had Magic Johnson, but it was only Magic Johnson until like you always need somebody to look at and go, I need that. You know what I mean? I need that. You had Magic and Larry Bird, right? That was it. They could have been better if they had somebody better around them, right? They could have been way better than what they were. But then Mike came, and it's like, oh, okay, cool. But Mike was, that's just, so it's and Mike had Kobe, Mike had Magic and all these guys to look at and go, I'm gonna surpass these guys. I'm gonna go harder than these guys. I'm gonna work harder than them, and so on. So in this game, same exact thing. In business, period. It's the same exact thing. The same type of mentality. This is a dog-eat-dog world. Like, we can't get involved with network marketing and think it's going to be holding hands and walking in the park on a beautiful summer day. That's not happening. Like, business, entrepreneurship is like living in the concrete jungle. That's just what it is. And if David, if you don't know what the concrete jungle is, that's New York City. That's just out here, just moving and, hustling and grinding. And that's what business is. You got to have that tough skin. And if you don't know what the concrete jungle is, building a business is, this business is here to toughen you up. This business is here to give you that rhino skin. Every rejection that comes your way, you're going to get that layer of rhino skin. You know what I mean? Everything that comes your way, you're going to get tougher throughout the seasons, throughout the years of you building. That's why when you're an IMD, you won't be the same person you was at marketing director, or senior rep. You can't be the same person. If you think you're going to be the same person, you lost already. It's nowhere near that you're going to be the same. You're not going to speak the same. You're not going to walk the same. You're not going to talk the same. You're not going to dress the same. You're not going to eat in the same place. Your taste, your palate is going to change.
That's so good, bro. And again, what I love with you, you're just so real. You're just authentic, even in talking about like everyone at some point gets complacent. In fact, forget even World Ventures right now. There are a lot of people. There's 700 people listening right now. A whole bunch are going to listen to this recording, I'm sure. But there's a lot of people in the U.S. right now that are like, forget even in World Ventures. They're complacent right now because they got that night. They both stay-at-home parents right now. They at home collecting that unemployment check. That's their first taste of that residual money. Yep. And they forget it's not residual. It just happens to be coming in for a couple months. And at some point, some people are going to have to go back to work. At some point, they're going to take that check away. But people are starting to get a little lax, a little complacent. Wow, okay, this is what life could be like sitting at home for a while. And that's, if they don't go do something, that is only going to be a taste we're going to remember back on. Like, there's going to be people rooting, wishing we went back to quarantine because life was a little bit easier in some of those aspects. Like, not to diminish the things that have happened. You guys understand what I'm saying, right? Like, people are collecting a free check right now. You understand? You can go collect a free check because you work hard right now. When they take your unemployment away, you replace it with your residual income. And you can take that residual income a lot higher than a one-time give or a couple $100 a week kind of thing. But it's going hard right now, and you got to have fun. This is what I love. I think even to just both of our stories, Jay, you have to have fun working hard. Like, You talk about, I do Zoom calls till my freaking throat hurts. I got cough drops sitting here right now because my voice keeps feeling like it's about to go out. You just have to embrace it and have fun. You found a way to just embrace having fun, having to drive around at 2 a.m, hop in travel party to travel party. Like, however you're building, you just got to get in front of more people faster, stay consistent, keep your foot on the gas, and have fun through it. You embrace the dum-dums that don't join. I looked at it as, you are making the dumbest financial mistake of your life. I'm not going to tell you that right to your face. I don't need you. I tell the people, guys, I just signed up yesterday, Jay. I'm sitting here looking at them going, honestly, could have cared less if you would have signed up. Like, I guess I'm glad you did. Maybe we'll become friends. My success isn't dictated on, Tom, Dick, and Harry getting started. If I got to convince you to join, I got to, convince you to do something. I ain't trying to babysit anybody. I'm looking for leaders that want to go do something with their life. I say it all the time. I'm not looking for the guy who wants to sit around and play 2,000 games of 2K. I'm looking for the guy who wants to go make 2K out of nothing right now. Right. And those are the people that we latch on with. So some get it, some don't. Whoop-de-doo. We just got to go through those numbers. The ones that didn't join, just like I said, I think back to, people that were with me in the beginning, or the very first people that told me no. They told me no because they didn't think we were going to make $1 million. They didn't think we were going to go hit the highest rank in the company. They thought we were going to fizzle out 90 days later, which is why they didn't latch on in the first place. Well, someone's going to be right. Some of you guys are right on an edge. You can either prove your haters right or you can prove them wrong. Like, that was the motive. You talk about comparing with yourself with people that are above you. I also was comparing myself with people that didn't do it. Like, all right, dude, we're going to see who was right in this at the end of this. And I get to control, like you said, whether I'm right or wrong, whether I get up and go do a new meeting, whether I start a new team, whether I go continue to build through, or I just sit back and do nothing. But I was going to be in control of doing that, and we just went for it. And again, that's what the people around here that are winning have been doing for a long time.
What you think separates yourself? Like, what you think separates you? Because, I've seen, I've been watching you and I've been seeing, for years now. And, even at nationals, there's a few times you and Crystal came up to me and introduced me to your new leaders and just say, hey man, Jay, real quick 30 seconds, just to get them in the in the right minds, right mindset and stuff like you. But you're always working, even at a national, you're working, you're moving, and then this pandemic hit, and you, out of just so many people, I've seen the work that you were doing. I've seen you outworking a lot of people, and I've seen you, being very consistent, with just in the middle of this pandemic. What was the switch for you? What made you feel like, because a lot of people did slow down because they felt like we weren't going to be in this pandemic for that long, right? Like, oh, we're gonna chill out, within, next 90 days or so, but we're still here, right? Basically damn near, not everywhere, but still, it's still not the same. Knowing that people can't travel all around the world right now, right? Because we still got the travel ban, right? So what kept you in the game? What was that motivation for you? And what was your thoughts like at this time?
I would say the same thing is true right now that it was true back then. We started hesitant, just like everybody did, but when I was sitting at NMD, if I would have called you at the beginning and go, Jay, what's it going to take to go from NMD to IMD? You would have told me, you got to make a run. You gotta really just take a season, and you got to sacrifice until you get it done. You got to finish. You got to have heart and go do it. That's the answer no matter what. At some point, for any of you guys to get to the next rank, or 2 or 3 or 4 ranks higher, you're going to have to take a season. You're going to have to sacrifice. I would encourage you, if you're not willing to sacrifice now, let's be real, you're never going to be willing to sacrifice. Here's why. There's no distractions. You're gonna tell me you're gonna just sit around and your biggest distractions are Netflix and TikTok right now. You're gonna let those distract you from becoming financially free? But somehow when the world goes back to normal, now you couldn't handle Netflix and TikTok being too big of a distraction to create financial freedom. But now you're gonna be able to turn down going to the baseball games and the football games and going to the club that's open without masks and at full capacity and all these. Let's be real. If you're not willing to sacrifice it now, it's not that you don't have the time. Again, we say it all the time, you don't have the discipline. Now you can flip that switch and have the discipline, but you got to make that decision. You're going to do it and stick with it. There has never been a better time, Jay, because all the world's distractions are less than they ever have been and probably ever will. So if we're not going to go sacrifice that season right now, we just aren't hungry enough to go do it.
You're an animal, because I've seen it. I see it unfold. You guys put in thousands, in the middle of this pandemic. Now, was it a big transition from I don't know how you were building before? Were you like belly to belly before, the pandemic, or were you always on Zoom and stuff like that?
We personally had been on Zoom already for about a year before that. Look, here's the whole point, no matter what, though. You have to be able to adapt. Okay. If all of a sudden Zoom pooped out on me and the only choice was to do the complete opposite, we would adapt and do that. If all you used to do is belly and now that pooped out on you, you have to use Zoom, you got to adapt and figure out how to do it. And we can talk which membership we want to talk about. We can talk which way we want to show it. We want to talk how we want to show it. The point is you have to talk to more people faster, no matter what you're going to do. And I know all of us can agree on that, to people that have won and are winning at a high level. What I would say to people is, if what you're doing isn't working, don't be like, again, that's why we do these calls, Jay. We want people that are winning on the call week in and week out. And you can make a tiny little twist. You know, if what you're doing is working, keep your foot on the gas. But if you're not having growth, then figure out what you can do to tweak it. Not that you have to completely switch everything 180 degrees, but you might have to switch one little thing here and there. You might have to change what you're saying, change a little bit how you're saying it, change the time frame, just tweak something a little bit, and just follow the people that are winning and having success. And again, I mean, that's been the secret to this whole thing the entire time. It's not having to reinvent the wheels. People are winning. Let's figure out why they were winning, how they were doing, and we keep going. Man, I can't believe we're already past 12 o'clock Central here. Here, let's do this. With the last minute or two here, Jay, floor is all yours. If you're going to speak to somebody that wants to really put their foot down, a lot of people on here already have momentum. A lot of people on here want to continue to advance their momentum, or there's a lot of people on here probably going, all right, screw it. I'm going to take my season. I'm going to do it right now. What would you say to that person on why the juice is going to be worth the squeeze? Because it's not going to be easy. You're going to get rejection. You're going to hear all this other BS. But why is it going to be worth it at the end, in your opinion, as we kind of wrap up?
I mean, at the end of the day, I don't see no other way to get you the lifestyle that you want as quick as you want it. I get to get up, I get up whenever I want. Nobody can tell me when to move, how to move. I do what I want to do. And I invested $400. You know what I mean? I invested $400 and just changed everything about my life. I think the person you become in the process of everything is worth more than anything, to be honest, because you could take everything away from me, but because I've built up to the person that I am today and continue to build, I would never go hungry again. You know, I've learned how to fish, and forever I will eat, so I think that's a big thing. People need to understand how important that is, instead of just always think, oh, money. The money's always going to come. I mean, I know how to make money. Before World Ventures, I'm just a hustler. You know what I mean? I know how to make money, but I was still broke, even though I knew how to make money, because this was broken. I didn't know how to think. I was focused on wrong things. And so, work on yourself harder than you work the business. That don't mean slow down with the business. That means just double down on the things that you're learning. Personal development is the biggest key. You won't, like I said before, you won't be the person you are. You're not going to be in IMD with the person you are today. You will change. You have to become that millionaire, right? Mentally first before you be there financially. So go hard. It's worth it. It's worth it. It is there. The people that you're around, the mentors that you have, in the process of things, the people that you meet, the experiences that you will gain, just everything is just, it's worth the squeeze. I don't know any other way to like not no other way, but I don't see anything better than what we have. It's not the only way, but I think it's better than most, right. We have, I think the biggest thing is promoting these nationals and trainings. We have boot camp coming up. You have to understand, it's like without the trainings, without boot camp, without you promoting boot camp and getting as many people as you can to this training, to these trainings that we have going on, you'll never see the lifestyle that you want, because you can only do so much for somebody. They need to hear and feel energy from somewhere else. And the boot camp that we got coming up online within the next couple of weeks, it's going to be life changing. We have some things down the pipeline that's going to shake up the industry. Do you understand that? It's going to shake the industry up, because everybody from other companies are going to look at us like, what the hell just happened over there, right? So you need to understand and that this is the time like never before to buckle down, because you are in the right place at the right time with the right product, with the right generation, with the right company. We are like a startup company with a 14-year infrastructure. We are we are the company that others want to be like. You have to understand that, right? Any company that's new or has been around for 5 years, they want to be like us. And companies that's been around for 30, 40, 60 years, 100 years are looking at us like, how can we do what they're doing? And it's hard to do what we do. That's why nobody's doing it. But it's easy for us to adapt to anything else. So this is what you need to understand. It's hard to do travel. That's why nobody's doing it, right? That's number one, right? Wayne is the mastermind behind it, right? Nobody has Wayne. So that's us being unique is just it's a special thing. That's one. That's all whole one. And then us being able to adapt to anything around us. We could do whatever we want to do because of the position that we're in right now. You know, things don't happen overnight, but when it starts to happen, it feels like it happened overnight. And boot camp is going to start to unfold everything that's coming our way. Everything for the new leader to rise on many, many occasions, on many levels. The money that's going to be able to be made when everything unfolds is going to be generational change. You understand that? And, you know, I spoke to Eddie Head yesterday, you know, and I wear my heart on my sleeve, and you know I'm a very transparent person, and you know I ask questions straight up, Eddie. Straight up questions, like, come on, man, let's not beat around the bush. And the things that's coming down the pipeline, guys, I'm excited for, and I'm riding with Wayne to the moon. You know what I mean? And literally to the moon, right? We're excited. So yeah, the juice was worth it, you know, when I got here. Like, it was worth every squeeze. It was worth every drop.
Jay, you're a freaking beast, bro. I appreciate you so much. Again, perfectly well said. Our company continues to adapt for the better, and you can adapt for the better. Again, it just takes putting the effort in, day out, which so many people are and continuing to do as well. So, Jay Payso, you beast, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for jumping on. Appreciate everyone jumping on. Again, the replay, you can go to David Helgeson on YouTube. I'll drop it in there. We'll get into all the different Facebook groups and everything else. We'll see you back next week, same time, same channel. Thanks again, guys. Appreciate it, Jay. God bless.